Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, you're going to learn why it's so important to stay flexible and to stay focused on nailing the big stuff. Because ultimately, there's a handful of big things for you to do in your business over and over and over that are going to create all of the results. Then there's these little things, the minutia, the fine details that so many people get lost in. And when you're zoomed out enough from a big picture standpoint, they actually don't matter. So let's look at a real world example from the last video I just posted. I posted a video about how to make SEO silos. Now, it's a way of structuring content and organizing content on your website to really help kind of boost the authority of a specific post so you can rank well for a difficult keyword phrase. Now, I laid out a very clear structure where you link this post to that post and these posts do this, and I'll make sure that video pops up above my head here. If you want to watch it, definitely watch the video. But here's what happened. Inside of the comments, so many people got hung up on the smallest of details. And I can tell that they're either A, not taking any action at all, or B, hesitating to move forward on the big idea, which you'll learn in a second here, because they can't understand all of the little minute details from where they're at right now. But here's the kicker. If you do the big things right and just nail all of those pieces of content and you do an average at best job at the actual linking structure, maybe you do 3 times too many links out and you only link half of them back up, etc. But you end up making 30 or 40 posts clustering a bunch of content on your site about this one idea, you will have outworked and outperformed and out-optimized 90+% of your competition. And this is really the big takeaway. And this is why I say stay flexible. You will find that so many gurus try to brand their own way of doing things, whether it's the skyscraper method or the this method or the that method. It really ultimately doesn't matter that much. The key to the whole SEO silo structure or whatever linking and site organization and site architecture structure you use, the key is to create lots of content, right? Like that's the only thing that actually matters. Sure, if you're going after a super specific keyword phrase like DUI lawyer San Diego, you're probably going to need to bring out some big guns in the world of SEO, but you also have to have dozens and dozens of posts and a lot of great content for all sorts of different keyword phrases around that topic too. So if you just haven't even started because you think it's so difficult and you're trying to understand the whole plan before you start, that's a very big problem. And that is why you need to stay flexible. So the biggest key is to get started, to start publishing content. If you're doing an organic content marketing strategy, you just have to be publishing the content. Can you improve how you cross-link things, how you structure or architecture, the basic content architecture within your website? Always. There's always going to be a further. There's always going to be room for you to improve the optimization of every single post that you ever create. The big trick is to create all of the posts. This is why I'm such a fan of the 90-day challenge. It forces you through a daily deadline to publish something every day, to really truly do the work every day. And you might not be doing perfect title tags or perfect description tags or perfect internal linking. You can always loop back and optimize and improve that in the future. But what it does is it forces you to publish the content, because that is one of the core things that a content producer, a niche authority site, someone going after content marketing must do, regardless of how well or how awesome they optimize each post, regardless whether they're using SEO silos or not. So at the beginning, I said that there's generally a few things that you need to nail, right? Nail the big things. All the little stuff will fall into place. All the small details will figure themselves out, or they're totally irrelevant and they're not worth your mental stress and anguish and even your thought processes, because the big things require your energy. So here's the example from me, from the Miles Beckler brand, in this kind of video channel that you're watching, and ultimately the platform and the brand that I built here online. There are literally a very few things that I actually need to stay focused on every single week or every day to keep my business moving forward. Number one, YouTube videos. I started by doing 120 videos in 120 days. I shifted to 3 videos per week. Those are hard deadlines. I have not missed my 3 videos per week for years. The result, I'm about to cross 70,000 subscribers on this this channel with $0 of paid advertising whatsoever. 100% organic growth. Okay, so that's one of the big things I have to keep doing. Number two is getting this content onto my blog. I don't even do this work. I've hired a team to take my videos and essentially transcribe them, copy edit them, put them on my blog, because that's the pillar that I own, right? I don't own my YouTube channel. I'm at the whims of YouTube in general. I own my WordPress blog, therefore I need to get that content there. So that's number two. I don't actually touch that one. I pay money to make sure that is done. Number three is I am emailing my list every single day. This helps me build relationships. This helps me nurture the leads, if you will. And ultimately, it helps me give my subscribers kind of experience with my teaching. They get greater content. They get more actionable content. They get more help towards their goal of creating the business of their dream. That helps them know, like, and trust me. That brings us to the fourth big thing, which is my contentandconversion.com inner circle. Ultimately, I need to go into my forums every single day and at least make touch points for every question. I answer every question that pops up every day, at least once per day right now. I might be taking like weekends off in the future, so I might do that like 5 days a week. And then I'm doing currently one live stream per week. In the sales letter, I said I was going to do 2 per month. So I've kind of doubled that up for my founding members just to really give a lot of value in this first month that the membership has been launched. But that's it. Like ultimately, I've just covered my to-dos, right? Videos, YouTube videos, emails, the systems to get my YouTube content syndicated, then it's my membership. Then it's, making sure that my members are happy. Ultimately, that's 4 things that I actually have to do over and over and over. Now, how is my YouTube SEO and how many characters and how many tags, and do I use vidIQ or do I use any of those? I don't use any of those goofy tools. They're just trying to get money from you. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. I just keep making my videos. I sometimes do keyword research and I sometimes keyword optimize them, but sometimes I don't, right? Like other times I'm really, really meticulous about it because it's a really good video and I want it to rank well. I don't sweat the small stuff. My emails, is every email perfect? Does every email have a call to action? Do I follow the hero's journey in every email? Of course not. I do the best I can each and every day to ultimately give people a little kind of positive touch in their inbox every single day to really build and move that relationship forward. Inside of the membership program, are my answers like awe-inspiring every time? No. Sometimes they're as simple as a short 3-word sentence that says, Andrew Kirby really nailed this. Thanks, Andrew. You've helped out a bunch in there. But a lot of the other members are actually answering with the appropriate answers, and I just jump in to confirm that that is indeed the answer I would be after. Other times I write, several paragraphs and longer answers. Sometimes I cut quick videos for people to point them in the right direction of showing them the different things or what I'm trying to explain, like change your permalink structure. I'll cut a quick 9-second video to show them exactly how to do that because it's the easiest way for me to communicate that idea. But it doesn't really matter, right? All that matters is I'm in there answering questions, helping people make progress towards their ultimate goals. Now, is there room in everything that I'm doing to really hyper optimize each and every step? And am I leaving some optimization opportunities on the table? 100%. Absolutely, without a doubt. And I will never get to a point where I'm not having this situation where I could potentially further optimize my content. But here's the real kicker. The fact that my videos are still flowing out with a fervored pitch 3 times a week, the fact that my blogging team is helping me put out more content on my blog than I ever have before, the fact that in the last 60 days, I've sent out more emails to my list than I've ever sent out before, and the fact that I'm in every day inside of my membership means my business is healthier than ever. I'm making more money from this brand than I ever have before. I got more members than I ever have before. I've got more subscribers than I ever have before. My traffic is up, and my YouTube subscriber count and my traffic here on YouTube is all up. And the reason everything is up and trending up is because I'm not sweating the small stuff. I'm not super fine tuning all of my silos. I'll teach you how to do that. I'll show you the architecture because it's a good concept to understand. But really, if you just do an 80% job, right? You're not 100% with it. You get 80% of the way there, and your main focus is just content. And you really get that content out and you do your keyword research and you publish your keyword focused content day in and day out and you stick with that for a year. It doesn't matter how good your silos are. It doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3 or 5 links out from your top post. Doesn't matter all the little minutia details because you got the big picture thing right, which is publishing the content over and over. Because the byproduct of getting the big things right is you become a better writer. Your voice really stands out. You ultimately do become an expert in your niche because you've created more helpful and valuable content on that topic than anyone in the world, right? Like all those little things are based on the compounding efforts of doing the big things over and over. And those who are able to remain flexible and kind of ignore some of those small minutia details that get us really lost in the, ooh, I don't know, I need to read more blog posts and maybe there's a course that would teach me this. Or maybe you need to ignore that, do the little thing, the big things, right? The content over and over and over. Maybe that's actually enough for you to grow an audience, for you to grow a list, and for you to ultimately grow a business. That's how it's worked for me. That's how it's worked for my wife. I've got hundreds of members inside of contentandconversion.com. I'm helping with this same exact approach. And one of the cool things is they're able to ask me a question inside of the membership. And I'm like, that's really irrelevant. It actually doesn't matter. You could do it. You could ignore it. What really matters is doing your content every day, or running your ads every day and split testing your opt-in pages every day, or emailing your list every single day. The big things matter. The little things don't. If you stay focused on the right things and you stay flexible about those little things and the minutia details, knowing you can always go back, you can always improve upon things. Everything is malleable in this world of internet marketing. You will find that over the course of a couple of years, you build a very big audience, exactly like what I've done here in YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. My next video that's going to be coming out is actually going to look at one of the next two. I think it's the next one. It might be the one after. Going to look at the 25 months of content marketing. We're going to look at my analytics within my YouTube channel, the analytics on my blog. So you get to see kind of from the broader picture we talked about now, the specifics on what kind of numbers am I running through this machine I've created, subscriber numbers, traffic numbers, etc. And then I've got some really cool videos coming out after that. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of sometimes difficult to consciously ignore these minutia details that a lot of the fake gurus try to make sound like they're so important. But if I can help you see the forest from the trees, my friend, and get you on the path of creation, the path of being a content creator, and really truly on the path of being service to an audience at large, I know that you will create the success that you desire. That's the key. Get the big stuff done right. On that note, I'm gonna call it on this video. Give me a thumbs up, engage how you want to engage. Hit me in the comments if you have a question or you just want to give me a shout out or some props. I appreciate it. I'll get back with you when I get a chance. And until we connect again, be well, my friend.